So from here, we have to go to our presentation. So where we have discussed about history, and I said that. So what you have to do, so this one page, the summary is enough. So you have to understand the technologies used and about the features, examples. That is the only thing that you have to understand. And let me show from the one I have shared previously. So that is history note. This note I'll put to Edmodo today. Right? Today or tomorrow, definitely I'll put this to your Edmodo. Wait. Books and history of the computer. Right. So we just studied that the computer generations, the earlier days, people used to do their calculations by using their fingers, right? Using their fingers, they did their calculations, but later they understood using numbers. Numbers පාවිච්චි කරන එක පහසුයි කියලා ඒගොල්ලෝ පස්සේ තේරුම් ගත්තා. So when they start using the numbers, they wanted to introduce machines. So machines like abacus, Pascaline was mechanical or pre-mechanical computers. Those are not really computers, but some machines. After that, so what is that? Have you seen this kind of thing? Yes. This was used as input device and storage device sometimes. What is this? Yes. Anyone knows? This is called punch card, right? This is called punch card here. Punch card. Punch card is used basically. This is just the word in punch card here. Here, the punch card. Punch card is used as an input. Earlier days, since there were no proper input devices, keyboard was there, but other than that, there are actually to input the instructions. Instructions were not stored in the machine. Instructions should also be inserted to the machine. Then in a computer, so the instructions you have operating system, softwares, but earlier days, computers so computers didn't have that capability to store the programs. In that case, so these are like pre-generated patterns or some programs. Those were input using, those were inserted using punch card. This is called punch card. So if you want, so what is this? The name of this is punch card. Earlier days, this was used as an input device. Then, so I introduced these two people, very important two personalities. Who's this and who's this? Last day we discussed. The first person is
Charles Babbage.
Charles Babbage. Yes, why he's famous? Charles Babbage.
Because the first inventor of computing and the father of computing.
Yes. He is named as the father of computing. So he is the father of computing because he invented what? He invented
the
analytical engine. Yes, he invented analytical engine, and actually he invented two things. One was analytical engine, and the second thing was differential engine. Analytical engine, and the second thing was differential engine. Right? So, but these two engines, these are really looks like engines, right? So let me show the image. Here it's like engine. It looks like engine. Not a computer, no? No input devices, no output devices, no monitor or screen, no printer to see. So no mouse or keyboard, nothing. So this is just the engine, right? That's why he called analytical engine and differential engine. The first one was analytical engine. The second one was differential engine. But differential engine was not even developed up to this level. But these engines were used to create a computer like this. Engine similar to that, they have used this engine and create this computer. This computer is called Mark I, Harvard Mark I computer. Right?
Sir,
Yes.
I had a connection issue. That's what I
Right.
couldn't join.
Okay, right. This computer is called.
What did sir do?
Sorry.
Sir, what did?
So we were discussing about history of the
Sir, what
computing.
was that link we got in the group?
Sorry.
Lastly, we got a link in the group.
Yes.
What's that?
So that is our WhatsApp group. Right?
No, sir. When we go, there is a picture of a bridge or something.
I don't know.
I don't know what's that.
So anyway, you are in the WhatsApp group. I have sent the link to WhatsApp group. You are in the particular WhatsApp group. Right? That is ICT class Thursday, grade 6-7. That is the group. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this is Harvard Mark I computer. This was actually created by using this Babbage analytical engine. Right? So let's summarize the history.
Analytical engine.
Yes. Let's summarize the history. Right. So initially, people, so you have to write down this, right? History of computing. But only a summary. No, don't need to write the full note. Initially, people used fingers to do calculations. Then they found symbols to represent numbers. So you can write this while I'm telling, you can write this, right? So initially people use fingers, but then they found symbol to represent numbers. Then they introduced machines. So example, you can say Pascaline or abacus is a machine, or Pascaline is a machine. Abacus, Pascaline, those are machines. Right? Charles Babbage is father of computing, and he has introduced analytical engine. Yes, that is truly looks like an engine, but not a computer. But not a proper computer. It's truly.
Sir, it's written.
That is truly looks like an engine, but that is not a.
Sir.
Yes.
It's written not hot.
Yes, that is not a proper computer. Harvard Mark I was introduced using his analytical engine concept. Harvard Mark I was introduced using his analytical engine concept. These things, these points, you have to memorize. Then another thing, punched card was used as an input to give instructions. Okay, those are the initial things that we want to know. Okay, this is Mark 1. After this is actually in the Harvard Mark 1 was in February, but this dates and all no need to remember, right? So this is the time actually. The concept time is 1994. But punch card was introduced before, right? Punch card was introduced before.
Sir, can show that page. I need to write.
Sure. Punch cards, I said punch card. So this was
Sir,
introduced.
voice is cracking.
Sorry?
Sir, note page.
I didn't get you, Puta.
The note page, the notes.
Yeah, I'll show that. Don't worry.
Can I have the notes?
Right, I'll show that, right? Right here, this is punch card. Actually, it was first introduced here in 1832. So actually, in like it was introduced in early 90s, right? Early 90s, right? So this is like end of this era, right? I'll give the note. I'll wait. I'll give the note. Don't worry. Right? So I just wanted to show you this. This is like before Harvard Mark 1. Okay, please write these things. These are the important points. Please write these things. Right. I think, yeah, still some are writing. I'll give you one more minute. Just finish it. Let's proceed. And the next thing. So after inventing this analytical engine, I said that it was used as, right? It was used as the engine or the key component for this Mark 1 computer. But Mark 1 is not like, it's not electronic computer. It's not fully electronic. It has some mechanical components. Electronic and mechanical, do you know the difference? What is electronic and what is mechanical? Yes, anyone? Anyone knows the difference between electronic and mechanical? Right, mechanical means it has some moving components like levers. So moving components, gears, not switches, like gears, like kind of wheels. Right? So, you know, in engine, you can see the moving component, pistons, wheels, gears, levers, right? Likewise. So that is, here you can see that is mechanical. You have like some moving equipments, machineries. But electronic means only the electricity. Only electricity and the electric component, transistors, resistors, right? That is electronic. The mechanical means, so basically vehicles are mechanical, right? Vehicles are having mechanical components, moving components, tires, gears. Likewise, it has moving components, mechanical components. But if you take computer, do we have such computer? Do we have gears, levers? We don't have wheels. But robots are having that. Robots are mixture of machines and electronics. Robots are having that. Just some normal computers, we have electronic components only. So this one was not 100% electronic. But later they introduced this one, the ENIAC, and it is the first programmable electronic digital computer. Right? ENIAC was the first programmable electronic digital computer. So that is the next point to be added. ENIAC was the first programmable electronic digital computer. So please add this line. ENIAC was the first programmable electronic general purpose digital computer. It's very important. The highlighted line. The highlighted line. So in this ENIAC computer, they said that it has like 5 million hand-soldered joints. So imagine the size of the computer. This is not just to remember, just to understand the size of computer. 5 million hand-soldered joints. Atin passapu. Passano කියලා කියන දන්නවනේ නේද? එක වයර් එකක් තව වයර් එකකට join කරනවා. Right? So ඒ වගේ joints තිබිලා තියෙනවලු closer to 5 million. Such joints, closer to 5 million such joints. So think about the size of this machine. It's very, very heavy, not movable. And this is actually the exhibition status. This is just only part of that. Right? This is not the complete machine, right? This is only part of that. It's a very large machine. But so these machines were not user friendly. These machines basically, so in order to write programs to these kind of machines, they need high level of technical knowledge. Without having a technical knowledge, it was not possible to write a program to this kind of machine. It was inconvenient. Earlier days, you know, there's a story, right? So first, just search this, you can learn more. First computer bug. You know what, right? So when the programmers write in programs to these kind of machines, when programmers write in programs to these kind of machines here, yeah, when programmers write programs to this kind of machines, they were responsible to repair the machine in case if this machine damaged. Machine එක damage වුණොත් programmer හදලා දීලත් යන්න ඕනලු. දැන් වගේ නෙවෙයි ඉස්සර. හරි? computer එක damage වුණොත් program එක හදලා දීලා යන්න ඕනලු. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ කාලෙක program එකක් ලියනකොට ඔන්න එක්කෙනෙක් අතෙන් මේ program එක කැඩිලා තියෙනවා. sorry computer එක කැඩිලා තියෙනවා. But here he said that started cosine tape started multi adder test. එයා program එක ලියලා තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ විදිහට. එයා try කරනකොට එතකොට එක තැනකදී යා කියන relay 70 panel left moth in relay කියලා. So normally bugs ලා කියන්නේ insects ලට කියන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් මකුණොන්ටත් කියනවා. But මොකෙක් හරි කෘමියෙක්. හරි දැන් මෙයා දැකලා තියෙනවා දැන් ඉස්සර කම්පියුටර්ස් වල දැන් මෙහෙම ස්විච් එහෙම දාලා ස්විච් ගොඩක් දාන්න තියෙනවා. මේක ඔපරේට් කරන්න. හරියට මේ වගේ. හරි අපි ගමුකෝ circuit construction kit එක.
This is not.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. I think it's a problem. Okay. Anyway, so let's go to the lab. And it was like this. So this is very small thing. This is not a computer, but very small circuit to demonstrate the scenario, what has happened. And you have a circuit like this. And when you want to connect the circuit, there are some switches. In one switch,
739.
In one switch, it was not possible to close this because there's a moth or insect, a bug here. The bug කෙනෙක් මෙතන ඉනකොට මේක හරියට වැහෙන්නේ. මේක වැහෙන්නේ නැති වෙනකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? This bulb will not work. So this is simple demonstration. But if you close this bulb will work.
739.
If you close this,
10.
right? If you close this, you can see bulb is working. If you open this, bulb is not working. So similar to that, it was not possible to close this switch because of this moth. මේ moth මැද හිර වෙලා හින්දා මේක close කරන්න බැරි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් එයා මොකද කරා තියෙන්නේ? moth අයින් කරලා දාලා තියෙනවා. bug remove කරන එකට අපි කියනවා debug කියලා. bug remove කරලා තියෙනවා debug. So he found a bug here. He found the moth. So he removed the mode. Now it started working. So this was called the first computer bug. Now also in computers we have this bug and debug. So let me show a small program. This is Python IDLE or Python. Here, when you write a program, here can you see the menu? It has debug. Debug. පේනවද ඒ වචනේ? debug කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. පේනවද screen එකේ? Can you see? In the top of the screen, yes, it has debug. Right? If you go to any other program, like let's go to online programming platform like Pascal or something. Here also you can see debug. Can you see the word debug?
Yes, sir.
Word
Yes,
debug
sir.
is there. Right? If you want to run a program, now also that debug word is there, but how it came? Because of that real bug. අර ඇත්ත bug හින්දා තමයි එහෙම debug කියලා එකක් ආවේ. Today also we call these programs, these things, the bug means program error, debug means detecting and correcting errors. Bug means program errors, debug means detecting and correcting those errors. Okay, that was story, that was just history, right? But today also we are using debug and bug. So understand the severity of programming in this age. මේ කාලේ program කරද්දී එතකොට හිතලා බලන්න කොච්චර අමාරුද. අතින් පාසපු තැන් ලක්ෂ මිලියන 5ක් තියෙනවා, switches ගොඩක් තියෙනවා, මේ relays තියෙනවා 1500. Relays means like switches. එතකොට 1500 කොහේ හරි මොත් කෙනෙක් හිර වුණත් ඇතිනේ. පොඩි දූවිල්ලක් තිබ්බත් ඇති. දැන් කම්පියුටර් එකට තියෙන එක ස්විච් එකයිනේ. එහෙම තිබිලත් සමහරවල් ඔයගලන්ට ඕන් කරගන්න ගියාම එපා වෙනවනේ. Sometimes it's slow, not working, power issue, right? Only having 1 or 2 switches. Earlier days it was 1500 switches, 1500 relays to turn on a machine. The computer on කරගන්න 1500ක් විතර switches දාන්න වෙනවා. ඔය switches අනුව තමයි දැන් keyboard එකේ තියෙනෙත් කීයද keys? How many keys in the keyboard? Have you calculated? How many keys in the keyboard? Yes? Hello? Counting. Still counting, right? Okay. Tell me after counting. How many keys are there in the keyboard?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Give a close approximate value. No need to count, right? Just give the approximate value. Approximately closer to 100. 100.
106.
Yes, 106, 104. Those are the values. You can get 106, 104, 102. So those are the values normally, right? So, but earlier days, how many switches to operate? 1500. So you know how difficult to type with 100 keys. How difficult to type with 100 keys. So think about how difficult to give input with 1500. Yes, Sarisa?
84 keys.
Yes, for some it can be less, 84. But it's closer to 100, right? It's closer to 100. Okay, so let's move. And here, this machine, this is in the second generation. Second generation machines got smaller, and third generation, it was again more smaller than that. And generation to generation, computers were smaller and smaller. Now you are using, right? Now we are
The
using,
smallest computer.
yes, very small computers. Even I think I saw you the video of last day. World first living robot. It's a computer generated algorithm, and it's a cell. It's a cell-based algorithm. You can see that using microscope. Really, you cannot see. So that much of small. So computers are getting smaller, smaller, and
sir?
smaller. Yes.
What we can see from microscope?
That is the world's first living robot, Xenobot. World's
So small.
first, yes, world's first living robot, Xenobot. Okay, then, right. So these are the computers introduced later, UNIVAC, EDVAC, UNIVAC, and then here, this is actually Apple I computer. It's wooden, no? This is Apple I computer. You can see it's like wooden, right? And have some ICs and transistors. This is the computer, Apple I, but it was not really famous because when they introduced the Apple II computer, Apple II computer got 6 million units sold, right? 6 million units got sold. This is Apple I, yes. Because computers were used as personal computers. But earlier days, computers were like this. It was not personal. It was there in the universities. But later, computers were used as personal computers. Right. Then the key features of each generation. This you should know. Key features of the generations. This you should know. Actually, the years mentioned here, you can just forget about the dates because that is place to place, it's different. Place to place, it's different, right? So in your book, maybe let's go to your book, and in your book you can say first generation is from 1940 to 56. In this note, 40 to 56, correct. Second generation, 56 to 63. 56, that's also correct.
1956 to 1963.
Yes, third generation, 64 to 71. That's also done.
64 to 71.
And this is fourth
1971
generation.
to 9. Date, they have written date. More than
Yes.
that, nothing is there.
Yes. Yeah, the fourth generation. Yes, fourth generation, they are telling 1971 to up to date. That means to today. But that is not really true. Because 1971 to today, yes, you can say it's fourth generation. But fifth generation is also started. That is started in 1980. That is artificial intelligence, the future generation. So don't think much about these years. Forget about the years. Just remember the generations. First generation, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth generation. So can you please write down this, the computer generations, this part? So please write down this, computer generations, this part.
Sir,
I'm not going to give more than this
see.
because this is the